In today's video, I'm going to talk a little bit about how you focus and what focus actually is and how it really affects everything that you're doing and it's why you're not really getting the results that you thought you might be getting. All right. And if you don't know me, my name is Christian. I've built a company with my business partner Megan where we help coaches completely automate their client acquisition. And our mission really is to make coaches coach and marketers market. I don't feel or I don't think or believe that coaches should actually spending their time doing marketing hours and hours and hours a day. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get into this. As I said, I'm going to talk a little bit about how we use focus. And the way that we use focus is it's like an exponential increase in whatever we're doing. I mean, if you have something of value and then you put your focus into it, it just multiplies and get that shit done. Right. But that also means that it's exponentially bad when you don't have it and you're losing out on exponential results. Plus, it's add up, right? You just multiply everything, really. It's an exponent. And what you see with focus, right, is that a lot of people, they say they're doing the work and maybe they're sitting behind their desk at the computer, but they're not really doing the work. No, they're checking their email, they're checking that, they're making sure this is working, blah, blah, blah. Just having their focus completely divided over 100 different things, meaning that they don't really get anything done in any one of them. Maybe they get a small test done here and there, but nothing really major that's gonna move the needle in their business like a lot. And I myself struggled a lot with this, especially when I started out and when I thought I was grinding or I was doing the grind. But then, oh no, I was just sitting there and not doing shit. And you learn that, I mean, you become a little bit better. Um, it took me an actual long amount of time to actually get my focus under control or being able to control myself and my impulses really and self control really build a lot of discipline before I could really just sit down, focus on one thing, get that done, then the next, then the next, then the next. Just complete lightning focus on one single thing. All right, and the thing about this is that it's really it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy to be focused, but it's not impossible at all. Like I mean, you can easily learn it. Um, and you just have to. What I found really when I started, doing this or getting more focused in my work, stuff started to move faster as well. There's this saying that I use a lot, or I've heard a lot of other entrepreneurs use that are pretty successful in my business or in my world, and that is how you do the one thing is how you do everything. Right. If you're not focused on one thing, you're not going to be focused on anything. If you're focused here, do good here, everything here, can do good in everything else. Sorry about that. And it's important that you realize that it's not always, you know, sometimes sitting down with a lot of focus can be intense. It can be hard. It can be like shit, bro. It can be hurting. Sitting down for 12 hours, like focused, it drains you. But it's also, nice. Because when you get to that stage and you're just done and you see, oh shit, I got a lot done today. I said I'll get all this done, and I got all this done plus this. Because just sit down, like check, 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 check. Because you just sit down, one thing, one thing, one thing, one thing. 110% focused on that one thing and then the next. Also means, but the thing is also when you say you're focused, right? You may be doing one thing, but your mind is everywhere else. You have to think, right? If you have 9 or 10 focus points, right? These are arbitrary things that is your focus. I'm not saying this is what it's like, I'm just saying this is how you should look at it. And you have also 10 energy points, right? And when you take, let's just say you have to get uh, a resource for your course done, right? And after that, you have to go on do something for a client, and then you maybe have something else. If you go and do, let's just say you have these two, you focus 3.333, focus in every one of those at one time, right? And then you have your energy, focus three of them in one time. So you're equally distributed. Now, there's email. It takes a little bit. It takes like probably half. Oh, then there's I need to check my Slack channel. Oh, there's a little bit there. Oh, I need to check my status and some data. Blah 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 blah. Oh, I need to make sure that I add some data over here. Oh, so then what you find. So your focus is scattered between like 7 places that you're doing at the same time. Maybe like not continuously doing them. So you're not writing on 7 computers, no. But you're constantly going between them, jumping around, not really doing one thing, and meaning that you're not really making a lot of you. Of course, you're making some, but it's just really slow. A lot slow if you just were to focus on one thing. Now, when this is all good, but there's actually one more thing. Like it's not just what you're doing, it's just what you're thinking. And you may be working right, but your brain is not working. It's somewhere else. It's thinking about girls. It's thinking about power. It's thinking about sleep. It's thinking about I could say something better, like classical brain shit that's just going on in the background. And it's just taking your focus because it's losing you from what's really important, and that's getting that task done right. And that's probably one of the biggest, especially if you're sitting down focused. Sorry? Huh. You're sitting down focused trying to get something done. And then suddenly, just like a thought just doing completely goes off bound, and you just like, yeah, whoa, and you just continue through it, and yeah, that was that. And just, you spiral out of your focus, and boom, 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 boom. You hit a chain reaction, man. This, and then this. Once you've noticed, 30, half an hour has gone, and nothing happened on your project because your mind just whoop, and you went on a rampage. And I can say with confidence that this is extremely, extremely true. And there was a time in my business where I stagnated a lot. I didn't really get anywhere because I wasn't doing anything. I thought I was working, right? At this point, I quit school, right? And I was I was full time in my business, but nothing was really moving. Of course, it was a little bit, probably like, let's just say 50 is stagnating, 100 is maximum growth, and it was probably moving at 53 or 54%. So it's still good, right? Still moving, but still a little bit too slow. Now, and that's also mostly because we had employed more people back then to help us. But now, like in the business, you have to remember, especially when you start to do employees, the only reason that you do hire employees is to, you know, lessen the time on your plate, so there's less for you to do. And that's really the most that's the only reason why you would hire, is just to take things away from your own plate. And that's also the only reason that you should hire, especially in the beginning. It becomes a little bit different when you get to a certain stage. But yeah. And also that's also a good point, right? When you're starting entrepreneur, you have to worry all about all these things. There is sales, marketing, delivering, finances, accounting. I mean, all this shit that you have to take care of as a solo entrepreneur. Even I got a business partner, grateful for that. Thank you, Miguel. We split it a bit. We still need to learn everything though, but even we focused a lot on the in the start. I remember we actually got into a pretty bad situation. Focused a lot on getting appointments, selling appointments, service delivery, but we didn't focus on accounting, taxes, blah blah, all this shit. And what do you think happened? Right, came up from the back end and just hit us up because we didn't fix we. If we had made that much money, so it wasn't really a problem. But we got there and we fixed it. Doesn't matter. I'm here now, right? And it took us like a solid half year maybe a little bit less, to like where we were aware that our focus was shit, and we're really aware that it should change. But once we, got, it just took time. I mean, it grew slowly, our focus, and how we could focus on one thing, and then to where it is today. I mean, I'm a lot more focused. I'm not perfect. Far from it, and there's a lot more that I can achieve within my focus because the last points are really, really hard. Um, and some of the best ways, right, I've really found that you can to improve your focus is meditate. Because it is your brain, right? It's your brain that's jumping around, moving from place to place, going somewhere different where it shouldn't be. Okay? And the only reason you can control this and learn to stay focused and collect your focus is I found by meditating. There's a couple of different ways that you can meditate. Um, the first one I would say to improve your focus, right? Just sit down 20 minutes and just focus on your breath for maybe even 30 minutes. Just sit down, quiet room, no music, no phone, no nothing really. Sit down 20 minutes, close your eyes, do this with me. Sit down, focus on a point where you can feel the air. For me, it's my tummy. Imagine your tummy, or whatever it be, maybe your nostrils, maybe your lungs. Like just breathe in 5 seconds. Hold it for 5 seconds. Breathe out for 5 seconds. Hold it for 5 seconds. That right there is it's meditation. People like put a lot of fancy words on meditation and really like, holy shit, it's just this. Whoa, how do I do it? Woo shit. Well, it's just this sitting down, focusing on your breath for 20 to 30 minutes. That's probably a little bit awkward, but that's what you do. Like sit down. And what will happen when you do this? Like, is that sometimes your brain will go boom, boom, boom. When you're focusing on your breath for a long time, your brain just your brain just say ooh, dee. What you have to do is catch these. Because sometimes your brain will just pull up some random shit like you're sitting there. Did I remember to lock my car? Right. And then you just get super, well, did I even? But just when you see it, just nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, what clock is 1, 1, 2, 3. Maybe we should check in with map 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then again, that's just what's gonna happen, right? It's completely natural. And what you want to do, is catch these thoughts as they enter your brain, want to do something, and then just ignore them. No, acknowledge their existence. Okay, and then go back to counting your breath. And sometimes you will just spiral out for like 30 seconds, and then you come back. Sometimes even more when you're starting out. I know sometimes. Sometimes you stop because of this, because what does you think, but it's not. And it's really hard. It's hard to do it. It's not fun. It's boring. And it should be boring. People say that this is what you make it. And a lot of just being, oh, it's easy, it's easy, it's easy. I love this, love this, I love this. But what I've found to work for me sometimes is that when something that I have to get done is still a shitty task, there's no way around it. It's not because it's fun. It's fun because it grows my business, of course, and it's necessary because it grows my business. And it's great because it grows me. But that doesn't mean it's a fun task. It's still awesome to do it because you know that you're growing, even though it's shitty. That's the way I've found to cope with these things. So, yeah. There's also other forms of meditation. Um, there are a lot of different ways of meditation, I would say, but this is probably the most basic, the easiest, and the best one to improve your focus. I mean, there's nothing that can really improve your focus more than just sitting down, focusing really intensely on your breath for 30 minutes, because that's all it is. I mean, that's really all it is, and all it comes down to. And here you want to be 100% focused. And once you've done this enough, your brain will start to do it automatically. Right? It'll start to filter out things automatically. You'll start to do these thoughts automatically. Because right now it's conscious, but you have to make a conscious decision not to let this thought take over your thoughts or take over your current thing you're doing. But once you've done it enough, like with everything else, once you've practiced it enough, it becomes subconscious, meaning that your brain will do it without you having to think about it. Imagine that, right? On autopilot, all these stupid thoughts just boop, boop, boop. And when in the start, you're not really much aware of this, but when you start doing this a lot and meditate, you really become aware of how bad it is. I mean, it is, if you're not where you want to be, it's trash. Other than you might not have it like with the work ethic or something to get it done, but like, it's bad. It's real bad. So yeah. And what more do I want to say to this? Not really a lot. I mean, focus is probably one of the biggest things. If you don't get it right, if you don't learn to focus, you will never really, like, really succeed. You can get far. Don't. I mean, you can be a millionaire, but you won't be a billionaire. You won't be multi-billionaire, really multi-millionaire even, if you can't just focus. Because you'll stagnate. Good thing is that it's really fucking easy to make a million if you give it enough time. I mean, it's not hard. Like compounding, you'll get there soon. But in like 30 years, you could be a millionaire, right? But if you want to be there like 2 years or 5 years, then you gotta do this shit. This is the shit you gotta do. That's just how it is. So yeah, I think that's it for this video. And if you're interested, if you're a coach or anyone really struggling with appointment booking, there's a link below. Grab it or go down, press on it, see it, and if it's something that you find interesting, give a look. It's just sales funnel to try to get you to book call with one of my team members, but it is, I try to help people. But yeah, if you need it, it's there. Then other than that, I don't really think there's much more for us to cover in this video. Hope you enjoyed it. A little bit of a deep topic, I think. A little bit of a good topic. It's really strong topic that you need to understand. But yeah, all good. Have a great day.